Hi, welcome to another edition of WCM's Supplier Showcase. I'm Ben Quiggle, editor of Woodall's Campground Magazine, and I am chatting with Gary Flaks, the CEO of WYLDSTAYs, and that's spelled WYLD. So it's a funny little takeoff of the word wild, and it's actually Wild Stay, not Wild Stays. But Gary, it's great to see you. Many people may know Gary. He's the CEO of Bushtec Safari, and this is just kind of something new you guys launched, right? How long have you guys been doing this?
Hey Ben, yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wild Stay is really uh, it's kind of brand new. Um, we've just really launching it at the moment. It's probably been about 6 months in the making, but it started kind of before that
Okay.
from um, basically a spin-off. We have an overnight camping brand called Bushtec Adventure, where we have bow tents and chalet tents for overnight camping, for campgrounds and the like. And what we were finding, when we went to see the top retailers, the Cabela's and Bass Pros of this world in the outdoor market, they absolutely loved our product.
Yeah.
But tents are, I guess, more pricey and a big footprint. And it wasn't really an in-store opportunity. It was more an online opportunity. And with that, not getting the critical mass. And what we found, there was a great opportunity for a rental concept with campgrounds that we're talking to, where we put our tents in at no cost to the campground. So we deliver and install our tents on the campground, and then we have a rev share on the nightly rental. So you arrive at a campground, and there you've got a beautiful Bushtec tent set up on the campground, and you don't have to just, first of all, a lot of people travel far away, maybe hop on a plane and want to go on a camping trip. How do they carry their equipment with them? Do they
Yeah.
have to now buy tents in the area or whatever? So now you've got tents, and not beautiful tents set up on these great campsites. And it kind of elevates the campground and their
Yeah.
offering. And the concept is that it's going to increase their bookings. So that's really what started the whole WYLDSTAY idea. But then it developed more into an opportunity. We were getting a lot of operators or property owners
Yeah.
that beautiful properties, um, but didn't necessarily have the bandwidth to come and buy a whole lot of Bushtec tents from us.
Yeah.
Some of them would say, hey, we're going to buy one tent or two tents. That's what we can afford right now. And, maybe over 5 years, we'll grow it to 10 tents. And we saw an opportunity to partner with these campgrounds. And that's really where WYLDSTAY came about. And the whole concept is there's a WYLDSTAY app. So it's a booking app. We putting our tents into that, but it's not our high-end luxury tents. It's more our it's kind of our mid-tier, just in between our camping and our luxury, if you like.
Yeah.
And it's focused towards that. Um, and the whole idea is that we put in the tents and all the interiors, and the campground, or the property owner will provide the operational services and the property. They've got the property and they're going to run the operations. So what we look at is we look very much at who the people are. Very important to us that it's a great partnership and people we
Yeah.
gel with and want to work with. We look at the property. Big factor is things to do, activities and things to do, and an attraction, and also the property itself. And the last thing is we do a risk analysis. And so it's a rev share partnership. We got two models. One's a straight rev share on the tents, and the other one is where we actually a joint venture where we share in all the costs. There's two different models. Um, and as
Okay.
I said, booking app along with it.
Yeah, and here we can pull up the website. So obviously you guys have an app, and you can see the app thing, but this is where you can download the apps, but you could search locations. So do you guys like partner? So obviously when we come down here to locations, it looks like you guys, like what you mentioned, a park approaches you and you kind of partner with them and kind of set this up. So do these tents are these tents permanently at that park or are they only put up when people um register to camp there, I guess?
No, these are put up and stay up
Okay.
permanently.
Okay.
Um, even if it's our overnight boat tents in the mix. So
Yeah.
each property, we do a financial, we run a financial model at each property, and that kind of dictates to us what we're going to put there.
Yeah.
For example, as you could see on the website, we're rolling out right now and opening in the next few weeks to couple months. We are rolling out in Arizona, Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Yep.
And there we can command higher key rates. So we've got more of a, I guess, an elevated offering. And then our campground Wonderland in Georgia has more of a camping feel to it. So the mix is a little different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and then we are, as you can see there, and then we're doing, you saw Lake Bastrop in Hill Country, Texas. There's also a different mix there. And then we've got property in Greenville, South Carolina.
yep. Paris,
Um,
Texas, it looks like you got a couple in Texas.
Coast
Um
Texas. So those that you see there, Mule Shoe, are the first six properties that we've effectively launched. These are all either open for bookings or opening very, very shortly.
yeah. I guess I've seen this kind of stuff before. We see those little rental companies where maybe you can call and they'll have a tent or an RV set up for you at a specific campground, and then they kind of remove it. But this is more of like a revenue share model, so this is definitely more unique. Maybe something more for park owners that just can't see themselves buying a park model or a tent or something, they want to partner with someone. So this is kind of a really neat idea for those kind of people, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely opens up opportunity that landowners either didn't know how or just didn't have the bandwidth to take advantage of. So we kind of providing call it our expertise and our product offering, and they're going to be able to focus on what they do well, and obviously providing the property. We're working with a number of I won't mention which states, but there are two in particular right now where we're working with the um, state park or the associations where they're looking to us to do this at all their state parks in the state,
Okay.
um, because they clearly were not going to write a check,
Yeah.
if put it that way, to buy product from us.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the rev share opportunity makes a ton of sense for them.
Yeah, definitely. So do they manage, so when you set these up, the park manages the location, right? So they manage the experience that the people have in the tents?
So in some cases, yes, and
Okay.
in other cases, they're actually saying we don't really operate, and we partnering with an operating group potentially, depending on the location,
Okay.
um, there are the operations, because that's not something that we really do. We're not in the operation side.
Okay. What is, and obviously I would imagine like the revenue share and all those kind of details kind of vary by the property, correct?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
It depends also who contributes. Your percentage depends on who contributes what in terms of capital.
Now,
So
are there,
flexible model.
yeah, are there a variety of tents that they get to choose from for their properties, I guess?
Yeah. So when we build the financial model, we
Yeah.
obviously do a lot of analysis as to what the demographic is, what the demand's going to be for, and the key rates in the area. So,
Okay.
I mean, if you're outside a national park, like Grand Canyon that we're doing, we're actually busy with a project right near Yellowstone as well.
Okay.
And there you can obviously get much higher key rates. That's what we find. So we'll adjust the mix according to that. We're not going to go put we call it our Springbok tent, which is kind of the highest level tent that we're using for WYLDSTAY at present. We're not sure if in the future more of our luxury tents will fit into WYLDSTAY, but our Springbok tents, for example, we're not going to go put a Springbok tent that really needs to get a 250 minimum nightly rate into a property that's more camping driven and the customer base is only going to pay 90, 100, $120.
Yeah.
So we design each partnership gets designed according to their demographic.
All right, and people can get in contact with you at, well, they can go to the website to learn more, wildstay.com. It's WYLDSTA.com. And then they can learn more at info@wildstay.com. And I guess this is something that you're hoping to grow over the next year or two, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of developed we've tried to keep it at a slow rollout.
Yeah,
But what we're finding is that the opportunities are coming much quicker than we're almost having to slow it down a little
yeah,
because we want to kind of crawl before we walk, and the old saying. And we really want to do it right and grow this at the right pace.
yeah.
So it's at its infancy, but we're very excited with the rollout.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks, Gary, for coming on to talk about it. And I mean, I look forward to learning, seeing how it grows over the next few years. So thank you so much
Thanks,
for
man.
coming on.
Appreciate it.